Hello, my name is Blake Baxter, and I'm the Media Relations Coordinator and Sports Information Director at Eureka College. Today, I'm joined by Kurt Barth, the head coach of the Eureka College football team, and we're here to catch up a little bit on what he's been up to and how things are going for the program. Normally, we'd be right down the hall from each other, but it's been almost 2 months since that's happened regularly. So, first off, Kurt, how are you doing, and what have the past few months during this pandemic been like for you?
Well, we're doing great here. Obviously, for everybody, things have been different. First, I want to say I appreciate everybody that's continuing to be on the front lines and helping throughout this pandemic and in the situation we're in. So, really, the main thing we can all do is just continue to do our part to help everybody get better and adapt and overcome, so to speak. But yeah, scheduling has been a lot different over the past 2 months for sure. Other things I guess we've been doing here at home, just like everybody else, trying to find ways to stay active, engaged. Probably one of the silver linings for me, I guess. I always love to do workouts, and one of the things that I guess has made things maybe a little bit more difficult. But with that said, I started doing garage workouts, I guess, and the best part about that is I've got my family that comes in and does it with me. So
Yeah, that kind of leads into my next question. One thing I know about you is that you're always an early riser. Usually I roll into the office at 8 and you're already in the gym finishing up a morning workout. So I was curious what your morning routine's been like the past few months at home.
it's been a little bit different. I would say I guess maybe I've been able to sleep in a little bit more than what I've had in the past. But we get up and get at them. Our kids have done their online learning, so Becca's done her part as a teacher as well for her students, but then helping our kids. But we take that time in the morning to get a little family workout in, and that's been a lot of fun.
Obviously, a lot of people are missing things right now. I know that we both miss sports. So, what are some of the things you've missed most about sports lately?
The main thing is, for me, missing it, Eureka's being around our guys and our team. I think that's first and foremost. I love our guys and being around them, which obviously is part of being a coach. And then from the sporting side, just missing competition. I think that anybody that's a coach or a player, you love to compete and you love to see others compete, and that's just something that we're not seeing right now. And hopefully some things start to continue to open back up and you see some of those competitions happen. But yeah, I just the general excitement that sports brings and the unknown that anything can happen in sports. I think that that's what's missing. I think we were all fortunate to be able to have the last dance to look forward to over the past 5 weeks, and that went a long way to see some of that competition. One of the greatest competitors of all times.
Absolutely. So, one thing that I've always found exceptional and fascinating about football coaches is just the sheer number of players you're responsible for. And that's even when you're on campus. So, how have you managed to keep up with everybody during this time apart from everything?
Well, we've got many opportunities to stay engaged with our players and kids all throughout. So, we've had we always have a Friday email chain. We call it our Grateful Friday, where our players participate, coaches participate in saying something that we're grateful for. We do that whether we're on campus face to face or we're in the situation we're at now. We've done that pretty steady over the last 3 years. That's one way we kind of keep in touch. Another silver lining, I guess, of this is it's maybe forced me and maybe some other coaches as well to utilize technology a little bit more in terms of Zoom meetings, Google Hangouts, those type of things to stay engaged. And we've done that with not only our returning players, but our incoming recruiting class, and just a way to maybe it's easier now as it's kind of forced our hand to look at new ways to communicate and stay engaged. And we've been doing that. We were able to use some of our spring session that we missed on the field, but to have our coaches do some install and talk about scheme and things like that as well.
What's everybody been doing to stay in shape?
Well, everybody's kind of got their own I guess plan, so to speak, with gyms being closed. Some maybe have access to some weights at their house or a friend's house or things like that. We've sent Coach Durley, our strength conditioning coordinator, sent different in-home workouts that give our guys an opportunity to do, whether it's push-ups, pull-ups, body squats, any of those type of things, running, drills, all those type of things. Everybody's kind of got to find what makes them excited to go work out, whatever that may be. So we're hoping that guys have taken time, I guess, as we hope that they would on a normal year as well, taking the opportunity to go build and get stronger.
Do you have any players who have been on the front lines in any way during the pandemic?
Well, we've got guys, in terms of our former alums, we've got some first responders from alums that are out there on the front lines. And as far as our current players go, we've got guys that are working at Walmart and Hy-Vee and some other stores where they're working and stocking shelves and keeping that food supply out and available. So I think that's probably the biggest way our current players have been involved in, just with jobs with groceries and stocking and all those type of things.
So you have a number of former players who are coaches now, and I was curious if they've reached out to you during the pandemic for support in any way and what advice you've given them.
I've had a conversation with a number of them, maybe not asking necessarily for advice or anything like that, but just in general, a way of keeping in touch. And, this is maybe giving us a little bit more time in our day to spend with reaching out to people that maybe we've not had as much contact as we'd like to, whether it be family or coaches or things like that. So we've enjoyed, many conversations with some guys who are current high school head coaches now, just catching up, talking a little bit about football, recruiting process. Hey, what's going to happen? Kind of throwing, things off each other that way. But then we've also utilized the opportunity to talk scheme with some coaches. Blake Robus is down at Shorter University in Georgia, and we've Coach Durley and Coach Boyer and I have spent a lot of time talking with Blake scheme-wise, and so that part's been fun, getting a chance to engage and talk with coaches that you normally maybe just throughout the day you think, I don't have time to do it. Well, now you have a little extra time to get some of those things done.
Sure. You tweeted around graduation about how normally it would have been the time that you'd be taking your seniors out to dinner, and obviously you weren't able to do that this spring. You want to talk a little bit about the senior class and what they accomplished in their careers at Eureka?
Sure. This is one of my favorite times of the year, I guess, and I did that starting back to when I came in, in 2009. I was able to, get through the year, and then right as graduation hits, take the senior class out for a meal and just a chance to say thank you and to let them know how important they are as they move on into their next step. And I think that always, for me, that's a memory that an event I look forward to every year. It's kind of that send off and under their next step, and then hopefully years from now they come back and we talk about that night and just different things going on in their life. But that certainly is something I look forward to every year outside of the season. That I just get a chance to be away from things and talk to those guys about what their next steps are and kind of that final thing. So this class in particular that's leaving is the winningest class in program history. They leave with a 31-9 regular season record, 2 conference championships. That's unprecedented in terms of our program. So those guys mean a lot on the field, off the field, just the same. It is a class that has been a strong part of our program for the last 4 years.
We're still a few months away from the season, but what is something that you're particularly excited about this upcoming fall?
Well, just hopefully getting a chance to get back out and compete. I think this year more than any, with so many things that have been halted and put on pause, I think just getting back to being out on the field, competing, being around the team. I think that's what I'm most excited about and the opportunity for. And we feel again with this group, we've got a strong group coming back, and we're excited to get out there and compete again and kind of get back to back on top.
Do you want to share anything about this recruiting class?
Sure. Recruiting class and recruiting is a lifeline, really, of any program, really any institution, in terms of bringing in a quality class every year helps our program continue to grow. It helps our college continue to grow in terms of enrollment numbers, and we're excited about this group. Not only are our numbers good, and I think they're still going to grow yet a little bit over the next few weeks. But in terms of the quality group, this is one of the top classes we've had, and we've been fortunate to really say that over the past few years in terms of the depth of quality and character of these guys that are coming in. So we're excited, about the over 30. I think we're sitting around 34, 35 new players right now, and like I said, I expect that to grow here over the next few weeks. And we're excited about the guys coming in, not only for who they are, but for what they can do on the field as well.
That's fantastic to hear. Did you watch the NFL draft a couple weeks ago, and do you have any hot takes to share?
Well, we absolutely watch the draft. I love that moment. Always kind of look forward to seeing that as well. And, just always, I'm a Bears fan, so I was kind of shut out of the first night of it, just in terms of the top draft picks. But, I guess one hot take for us is, you just kind of sit back and watching the first three guys go, all from Ohio State. And I'm sitting there, man, that's crazy. It's, three guys from Ohio State. And then all of a sudden it hit me that, Chris Friend, an alum that was an all-conference player for us, and was part of our first championship team in 2017, was a strength conditioning coach at Ohio State. He worked directly with those top three draft picks at one point, whether when he was an intern or then transitioned into full time. So I kind of sat back, and it didn't dawn on me until maybe about the 15th pick went, and then you started seeing more about the first three guys from Ohio State. Wow. There's a connection from Eureka College that hits in the draft, and something nobody else knows. But for us, it was a proud moment. We're certainly proud of Chris and what he's doing, and I was just kind of a nice little piece to the draft watching it.
That's really cool to hear, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that. Do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about, or anything that you want to say to the Red Devil fans out there watching?
Well, first of all, I'm hoping everybody's staying safe. We'll be excited to hopefully get everybody on campus at some point this fall, as things start to maybe open back up, or whenever that may be. We would definitely want to make sure that everybody's safe and moving forward and staying healthy. But I do look forward to seeing our fans and our alums and everybody that's associated with Eureka College. I mean, Eureka College is a great place. As an alum, I feel obviously strong ties, not just as a head football coach, but having been a student athlete at Eureka, and sharing memories with former teammates and now as players. But we do all have that strong bond of being a Red Devil athlete, and I look forward to seeing all those people as time comes forward.
Terrific. Well, thanks for joining me today, Kurt. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and hope to see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Blake.